Well, I'm joined now by three of the candidates. Thank you all for coming along. You each get 30 seconds to set out your stall why you should be the next MP here. I've got a stopwatch. Ivan, let's start with you.
It's been a privilege to serve my hometown constituency for the past 22 years. If you want to stop Corbyn, deliver Brexit, but you're outraged by the fact people are sleeping on our streets, outraged by the fact that older people can't get access to decent care and support, and think it's wrong that so many hard-working people haven't had a pay rise for 20 years, vote for me. I've been a strong voice for this community. I can be an even stronger voice, free from the pressure of party politics. Politics is broke in this country. So vote independent in this election and send the strongest message to the political parties.
Thank you. And now you, Lucy.
I'm the mother of an amazing young man with autism and a learning disability, and when he was a little boy under the last Labour government, I felt optimistic about his future. But after 10 years of austerity, I feel nothing but despair. And unlike most politicians, I know what it feels like to struggle to get adequate support from a social care system that's on the brink of collapse. So I want to be part of the change I think we all deserve, and I'm really proud to stand on a manifesto that puts people, communities and the environment first.
Thank you. And last but not least, Christian.
Thank you. I'm standing on a positive, transformative message for the constituency to protect our green belts, provide a new school for Radcliffe, to work on regeneration for our high streets, and to make sure that our streets are safe for everybody. But we can only do this by actually delivering Brexit first. And unfortunately, it is only the Conservatives who can deliver that promise. So obviously, vote for me to deliver Brexit and then the transformative, positive change we need for the area.
Thank you all very much. Right, we'll come on to some of the other issues very, very shortly, but I want to deal with the anti-Semitism first of all. Lucy, we saw there the anger directed towards someone who was campaigning on your behalf. Should Jeremy Corbyn apologise for the way that he has handled anti-Semitism allegations?
I feel desperately sorry that we're in the place we're at, and I think it's really, really regrettable. And I personally feel that, yes, we need to say sorry to the Jewish community. Yes, we need to listen to what people are telling us. And yes, we need to act as robustly and as meaningfully as we can to challenge anti-Semitism wherever it occurs and whenever it occurs.
So why won't Corbyn say sorry?
Well, Corbyn has said sorry on a number of occasions, and I think as a party we're acting. We haven't acted quickly enough, we haven't acted robustly enough, we haven't listened hard enough. But I think these things are changing now, and I was really pleased to see the Faith Manifesto, in which we promised to, support the Community Security Trust and to sort of protect the Jewish community and to introduce Holocaust education into schools. And I think all of those things are really positive steps.
Ivan, I just want to. Some people will watch this and think, well, what exactly is going to suddenly happen if Jeremy Corbyn becomes Prime Minister? Isn't there an element of scaremongering here?
95% of Jewish people in Bury South are terrified at the prospect of a Corbyn government.
What do they
A
think
third
is
of
going
those
to
people
happen?
think they may have to leave the country. And the bottom line is, I am saying
why
to
do they have to
decent,
leave the
civilised
country?
people of all faith and none, if Jewish people feel like that in this country, then you should be outraged as well, irrespective of your faith. His refusal to apologise, his tweeting of murals that reinforce stereotypes about Jewish people, and the fact that he doesn't believe Israel has a right to exist, frankly.
I want to move on to other issues that are very pertinent here in Bury South. Christian, we heard there about the NHS from Ilana, who has to go to Middlesbrough to get a dentist appointment. That's happened under the Conservative government. What are you going to do about that?
Well, I think it's not just been under the Conservative government, it's been a long-standing issue that unfortunately goes back many, many years.
But the number of people accessing a dentist is at a 10-year low.
I'm not going to argue against any figures, but what we are seeing is commitments from all parties to actually invest more money into the NHS. We've seen arguments about 350 million on the side of the bus. What the Conservatives are pledging is 650 million a week extra to the NHS. So we need to make sure that people can access those services that are needed and that they can get the treatment they need.
It's about more than that. It's about the fact that the Conservative government cut nurses' bursaries, so you don't get people going to study nursing, you don't get people studying physiotherapy in hospitals.
But if you tank the economy, you'll tank the NHS. That's the consequences. You have a manifesto which is undeliverable, it cannot be delivered, and is extortionate in terms of the expense to the public.
We know that this isn't true. It's the only manifesto.
It's ordinary working people that suffer if the economy gets down.
It's clearly not fully costed, but you add things to it afterwards.
Ivan, I just want to ask ask you, you're presenting yourself here as a candidate for change, which we know is something that the Labour Party claims to be as well. You've been the MP here for 22 years.
Yeah.
What's different about you?
What's different is that I'm free of party pressure and party whips, but the fact is that this place has been my home for my whole life. I love this place, and I believe I've done my best for this community, been the strongest voice for those 22 years. And I'm asking people in this election to stick with me because they know I've always tried to deliver for them. I haven't always got it right, but I've always tried to be there for them. It's my community. It's not a career, it's a vocation for me.
We can't deliver change unless we're prepared to shift what we think matters and we're prepared to invest in people. And the key thing about the Labour manifesto is a preparedness to recognise that people matter and that people matter more than profit, more than the interests of shareholders. And that we've got a climate challenge, we've got a climate emergency that has to be addressed. We're facing an existential threat, and unless we address it in a systematic way, we're not going to have a future for our children.
Thank you all very much for coming along. We're going to leave it there. This debate will carry on, I'm sure. Back to you.